Hello guys, this is Jesse Coffee. This will be my final video from the 1612 East 8th Street location I've been coming to you from for 11 years. During that time, I formed accounts on a multitude of websites, the biggest of them all being YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. This is a locale where I transformed from precocious child to edgy, cynical teenager to more sedate adult. My mom has ordered herself and I to pack up and leave this building by September 5th. And one of my first tasks was to take down the various records that I had up on my wall during the later period at this building. Here they are. First of them is She's Sexy 17, Stray Cats. B-side is Looking Better Every Beer. And this comes in the custom sleeve and has its own custom label. Next I have the official theme song Windows 95, Start Me Up, Rolling Stones. B-side is No Use in Crying. This was on the Rolling Stones On label, distributed by Atlantic. It's from 1981. And the first of the 7 inches I showed was from 83. Get that toilet paper out of the shot. I got Move Over Darling. This is a UK 45 on CBS Records. Move Over Darling, Doris Day, and B-side is Twinkle Lullaby. It's from the completed version, shall we say, of what would have been Marilyn Monroe's last film, which was Something's Got to Give, and it was completed with Doris Day as Move Over Darling. REM, It's the End of the World as We Know It, and B-side is Last Date. It's on IRS Records, which was distributed by MCA at the time. REM didn't like how the lack of international scope, which is for the label, which was rather ironic because its full name was International Records Service. They didn't like the lack of international scope for that label, so they moved to Warner Brothers after that big hit. And a Korean's Corner revival disc here. Traveling Band, Who'll Stop the Rain. Printed out the sleeve myself. But the 7 inch, unfortunately, has it's cracked. Look at that. Big crack there. Gary Puckett and the Union Cat featuring Gary Puckett, a young girl, back with I'm Losing You. And front and back are basically the same, just that the back has the contact information that Columbia usually print on their desks. Frankly, not to the extent where it's not playable. This is Bobby Goldsboro, Watching Sky Grow, and Watercolor Gaze, and the sleeve has taken a huge beating since I bought the record. And a few German 45s here. Well, this is one of them. This is Carol Gotz and Lee Wittgenstein Wirt Shai Zimmer on the other side. Front and back are basically indistinguishable. Exactly the same. Front and back are exactly the same. And this is on I don't know what this type of vinyl is called. I forget what this type of vinyl is called. We'll have to look it up. It has an it's pressed on a kind of vinyl that allows for an injection molded label, which I think Polygram did for all of its labels in Europe at the time. I got Rolling Kaiser, ich zu lieben und vergessen unter mich hoch. You see, and some of these records have had some dust on them, some of the sleeves anyway, since I had hung them up. Their site too. This is on Hansa. Lucky, Anthony Moon. Front and back are the same. This one does not have an injection molding label, just has a paper one. We got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Don't Come Around Here No More. And the B-side is Trailer. This is Pressure, Billy Joel, B-side being Laura. It's in Columbia. I printed out the sleeve myself. I got a back-to-back hits, 125 of La Love and Give a Little, both recorded by Nicolette Larson. George Michael, I Want Your Sex, Rhythm 1 Lust, and B-side is Rhythm 2, Brass and Love. And Epic 45, this is George Maharis, After the Lights Go Down Low. On the B-side, Teach Me Tonight. I believe George Maharis was the star of the television series Route 66. And we got You Belong to, Joe Stafford record, You Belong to Me. And on the B-side, Pretty Boy, Pretty Girl. And we've got another Columbia 45 here, The Warrior, recorded by Scandal, featuring Patti Smith. And you'll notice here that the chorus of the song, I Am the Warrior, is printed in the dead wax. Yeah, you can see that. I hope you'll be able to see that. And on the B side, Less Than Half. And this is a reissue Columbia 45 of Chicago's recordings of Color My World and I'm a Man. Another, I don't know if this is a reissue 45 or if it's just different mixes of the song, but this is Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. A couple of Pat Boone records here. I'm gonna increase my rank in the YN Nerdies. It's gonna live up to the Weird Al Yankovic song YN Nerdy for 245s. One of them being A Wonderful Time Up There, and the other side of that record is It's Too Soon to Know. The other 45 that will make me live up to the claims posed by Weird Al Yankovic in this song YN Nerdy is another Pat Boone record, At My Front Door, and on the B-side, No Other Arms. Alright, next 45 I got, this is a Bob Seger reissue on the Starline series of Capitol Records. This is Against the Wind, and on the B-side, You'll Accompany Me. I think I have time for another Starlight reissue on Capitol Records. This is Steve Miller Man, Fly Like an Eagle, B-side being Abracadabra. Now I get on to a reprise reissue of a Jimi Hendrix Experience disc, Foxy Lady. for the back-to-back hit series. And on the B side, Purple Haze. I think this is the original release. I believe that this record, I printed out the sleeve to this and then I lost it. And I think it got water damage somewhere. I don't know. But this is John Wayne, Missing You, and on the B side, For Your Love. And some of these records have had wall plasters from, as evidence that they've been hung up on the wall. Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell. This is a song composed by Larry Weiss. He recorded it for his album, for an album that wasn't doing too well, and then Glenn Campbell heard it and decided to make his own version of it, and his became a hit on the pop and country charts. B-side of the record is Love Light. Another record I had and then lost the... I printed out and then lost the printed out sleeve to. China Girl. And on the B-side, Shake It. Both by David Bowie. Naked Eyes, Always Something There to Remind Me. And on the B-side, The Time Is Now. These two are on EMI America. I got a couple of Capitol records. All You Need Is Love, The Beatles. And on the B-side, Baby You're a Rich Man. Got that one of my updates on this channel. I got another Capitol record, Hey Jealous Lover, Frank Sinatra. And on the B-side, You Forgot All the Words. This is another UK45 now. And the Seekers, I'll Never Find Another You. And Open Up Them Pearly Gates by the Seekers. Or recorded by the Seekers, I should say. I got Blue Suede. This is... I don't have the song that was a big hit for them in '74 and later was used in one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, Guardians of the Galaxy. I do have another of this band's records, though, and I think this was also a hit. It's Never My Love, and the B-side is Pinewood Rally. Paul Simon back-to-back hits reissue, Kodachrome, and Paul Simon got in a spat with the Eastman Kodak Company over the song and what it basically is about, the themes of the song. So he had to slap on this tag here. Kodachrome is a registered trademark for color film at the bottom. He had to attach it to the song whenever he released it. And the B-side is Loves Me Like a Rock, which he did not have a problem with. By comparison. Anyway. Another back-to-back hits wanted record. What Am I Gonna Do? I'm So in Love with You, Rod Stewart. And on the B-side, Baby Jane. Bryan Adams' Memories. Disc on A&M. Straight from the Heart. And B-side, Cuts Like a Knife. And I would take a black marker. When I was 15 or 16, I would take a black marker and just wipe it around the this edge of the record right there. I don't think I do that anymore. This is here's another Tom Petty disc. Between Two Worlds. On the B-side, You Got Lucky. Or is that the A-side? I'll have to look this up. Well, it is the A-side. Never mind. The A-side is You Got Lucky, and the B-side is Between Two Worlds. Ah, now I know. I got Run to Me, Bryan Adams. And on the B side, Somebody. Got a Atlantic Oldies series disc from Foreigner, Hot Blooded. And on the B side, Double Vision. RSO disc of Susie Quattro and Chris Norman, Stumbling In, and you Can't Give Me Love. Don't know if this is the original 45 or a reissue. I'll have to look that up again. Another Atlantic Only series, Do You Want to Dance? And Boogie Woogie Boogie Boy, both by Bette Midler. Doors Spun Gold Electra release, Light My Fire and Love Me Two Times. Here's a fine Young Cannibals disc right here. She Drives Me Crazy. And on the B side, Pull the Sucker Off. Another Portrait 45 from Cyndi Lauper, Change of Heart. And on the B side, Witness. Another Atlantic Oldie series 45, You Make Me Feel Like an Actual Woman. And Seesaw. I'm getting a message on my Discord. That's good to hear. That was one of the people I have on the Discord server I mentioned earlier, and which I might link in the description below. Working on the Car Wash Blues, Jim Croce. On the B side, Rapid Roy's Doc Boy. These are reissues on 21 Records. They were originally released on ABC, separately, I think. And I don't know which one was released as a single and which one was just an album track. A D-Ram disc, United We Stand, and on the B side, Say a Prayer from the Brotherhood of Man. There's a London record, I Can't Give No Satisfaction by Rolling Stones. And on the B side, The Under-Assisted West Coast Promotion Man. We got an Arista 45. Here I Am, Just When I Thought I Was Over You of Air Supply. And on the B side, I Got Your Love. Or I've Got Your Love, whatever. We got another Atlantic Only Series 25, Respect, Aretha Franklin. And on the B side, You're All I Need to Get By. I got I'll Tumble For Ya by Culture Club. And on the B side, Time, Clock of the Heart. This is a reissue 45 on Epic, under license from Virgin. Eric Records, Needles and Pins, and on the B side, Love Potion Number 9, both by the Searchers, recorded by the Searchers anyway, and from Pi. I think both of the recordings were originally issued on Cap here in the States. Another Atlantic Oldies Series 25 from Stevie Nicks. This is with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And Leather and Leather and whatever the hell that is by Stevie Nicks with Don Henley. Also from Stevie Nicks with Don Henley. That's supposed to read. Can't make out anything when its label is ripped like that. I got Dirty White Boy, Foreigner, and B-side is Head Games. I got Puff the Magic Dragon, and Blowing in the Wind, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. From not Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Peter, Paul, and Mary. I don't know if Tom Petty would ever be caught dead recording in his lifetime. Another jump cut time. This is This I had the sleeve and it was not printed out. It was with the record, but I think I lost the sleeve at some point. This is another portrait record from Cyndi Lauper. It's What's Going On, a rendition of the Marvin Gaye song. And on the B side, One Track Mind. I got a Motown record, but it's not one of their. It's not from their Detroit period. It's from, in fact, well after their Detroit period, from 1987. It's Just to See Her from Smokey Robinson, but it is by Smokey Robinson. It's Just to See Her, and on the B side, I'm Gonna Love You Like There's No Tomorrow. I got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers disc. Don't Do Me Like That. And on the B side, Casa Dica. I think these are reissues. Here's a Motown Yester series disc with I think a crack somewhere. That doesn't really affect the playback too much. But it's not too severe a crack I don't think it is. No, it's not that big a crack. It's You Are the Sunshine of My Life, Stevie Wonder. On the B side, Higher Ground. I got Joan Weber's Columbia disc of Let Me Go Lover, and on the B side, Marionette. There's a back-to-back hit Sire reissue, If I Melt With You and Hands Across the Sea, both recorded by Modern English. Got an Atlantic Oldie Series 45. This time it's an older one because it looks kind of like this, so I think it's an older one of theirs. It's Season of the Witch, Parts 1 and 2, recorded by Vanilla Fudge. And of course, renditions of the Donovan hint. They did, I think, similar Parts 1 and 2 with a recording of the Supreme song, You Keep Me Hanging On. There's another one of back-to-back hits recording, Infatuation, and Some Guys Have All Luck, recorded by Rod Stewart. There's a Frank Sinatra back-to-back hits 25 on the label he founded, Reprise. This is, it was a very good year, and of course I had to rub all the dust off of it, all the very good dust off of there. And B-side, Main Theme from the Cardinal. And this is Drifters on Broadway. And on the B side, I got Sand in My Shoes. This is a Atlantic Oldie series reissue of both songs. And then I'm gonna have some more very good dust on a pretty cracked Epic 45 from Cyndi Lauper of Pulling My Heart All the Way to China. And the B side, a live performance of Boy Blue. Here's, and I also have an Epic 45 from Cyndi Lauper of one of Roy Orbison's last songs, or at least one of the last songs he recorded, which is I Drove All Night. And on the B side is Maybe He'll Know. I think Roy Orbison recorded I Drove All Night. I think Roy Orbison recorded I Drove All Night. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Here's a Polydor Band of Gold Series 45 from Connie Francis. This is Who's Sorry Now and Stupid Cupid. Too much dust on that one from the time it was hung up on the wall. I got another Atlantic Oldie series from the Drifters, Under the Boardwalk. And on the B side, Ruby Baby. This is the original recording they did of the song, not the and the song became a hit for Dion later on. Big hit for him later Here's an RCA Gold Standard stereo reissue of an Eurythmics disc. Here Comes the Rain Again, and Right by Your Side. Here's an Atlantic Only Series reissue, In the Mood, and Friends, Bette Miller, recordings, both of them. I got, another Columbia reissue disc. This is, I'll check to see what they called, what train name Columbia used for these 45s. But this is Bruce Springsteen, Hungry Heart, and B-side Fade Away. And I think Hungry Heart was the first Bruce Springsteen song ever featured in a movie. I think it was a foreign movie at that. We got back-to-back hits, Talking Heads reissue, Wild Wild Life, and She Was. Or and She Was, whatever. And I got a Columbia, Motown Yesteryear Series reissue, Super Freak Part 1, but Part 2 is not on the other side. Instead, we get Give It To Me Baby from the same artist, Rick James. This is from the Motown Yesteryear Series, which accounts for this. Here's a Rockin' Mania Records disc, and I don't know too much about this label, and I don't think many people know too much about this label. I think it mostly did reissues. This is Brown Eyed Girl, Van Morrison disc, Brown Eyed Girl, and TV Sheets. I think both of these were originally released on Bang Records. Here's another epic release on behalf of Virgin, which is why their logo's at the right. Karma Chameleon, and Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? There's an Asylum Spun Gold 45 from Linda Ronstadt, who was a native of Tucson. Hurts So Bad, and How Do I Make You? Center that a bit better. Here's another Motown Yesteryear Series reissue, this time from Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, and The End of Our Road. Here's another Gold Standard Series RCA 45, Somebody to Love, and White Rabbit, recorded by the Jefferson Airplane, later Jefferson Starship, later just Starship. This group, I don't know why this group liked to change its name so often. But it did. I got a Silver Spotlight Series 45, Stormy and Spooky. Both recorded by Dennis Yost and the Classics 4. And this is interesting because it actually tells you how high they peaked up at the charts without you ever having to bother to look up these songs up on the Wikipedia. This one went up to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, I think, whilst the other side of it went to number 3 on the Hot 100. We got epic reissue, I Want You to Want Me, and Ain't That a Shame, both recorded by Cheap Trick. Here's a chipped disc on Hickory, which in the US was the first home of Donovan. Back when he was mostly just a well, it's from before he became a hippie rocker. So we got Colors on this side, and the other side is Josie, and I just had to make that jump cut because notice we got close to the 10-minute mark again. This is going to be a pretty long video, isn't it? I got a Janice Gold Records reissue of the Fiestas, So Fine, and Let the Little Go. So Fine, recorded by the Fiestas, and Let the Little Go Dance, recorded by Billy Bland. Here's an Eric Records 45 for the Bobby Fuller Ford. I think both sides were originally issued on Mustang Records, if I'm not mistaken. This is I Fought the Law, and the B-side is Love's Made a Fool of You, which, as seen from the writing credit, I think it's their version of the Buddy Holly and the Cricket song of that name. Got a Electro-Spun Gold reissue of Bread's If, and B-side being Mother Freedom. Here's an Eric Records 45, released from Polydor. Troggs recordings of Wild Thing and Love Is All Around. Here's a collectibles reissue. The A side is Rod Stewart, Maggie May. And on the B side is Keep On Dancing. Of course, released from Polygram. Here's a Pat Benatar 45 reissue of Hit Me With Your Best Shot and Fire in the Ice. Just center that a bit better. And, oh wait. Now I know what Columbia build these reissue 45 says. They like to build them as Hall of Fame discs. So here's a Chip Columbia Hall of Fame disc of Santana, Black Magic Woman, and She's Not There. Latter being a cover of the Zombies song of that name. Here's a gold standard reissue of Elvis Presley disc on RCA, Heartbreak Hotel and I Was the One, which Heartbreak Couple was coupled with on its original pressing, and since then, subsequent pressings. Honestly, not including this one. I got Pointer Sisters gold standard reissue, Neutron Dance from the film Beverly Hills Cop. B-side is Baby Come and Get It. Another Pointer Sisters RCA gold standards reissue of Fire and He's So Shy. There's a Four Seasons record company disc reissue. This one from the Four Seasons themselves. This is December 63, Oh What a Night. And on the B side, Who Loves You. Here's Frank Sinatra back-to-back hits reprise reissue of The Theme from New York, New York, and the B side being You and Me, We Wanted It All. Here's Escape Club 45 on Atlantic, Wild Wild West, and We Can Run. Here's Huey Smith and the Clowns disc of Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu, which was later recorded by what was his name? Johnny Rivers. And this is a collectibles reissue of a disc that was originally released on Ace Records. I got Puppy Love, not the Paul Anka song of that name, this is a different one, from Little Jimmy Rivers and the Tops, and the B-side is Say You Love Me, which has no writing credit for some reason. Both of these were originally released on Swan Records, and this is a collectibles reissue of the songs. I got Frank Sinatra 45, Strangers in the Night, and the B-side is Oh You Crazy Moon. You really got me. and well-respected man, both recorded by the Kinks for Pi, and then released to Reprise here in the States, and then reissue on Eric. A Romantics disc from Rockin' Mania Records. A Night Like This, and What I Like About You. I got this is an Areola disc, another injection molded German disc from Areola. This is from Christian Frank. Ich wünschte die Hand auf Erden, and B-side being Freiheit. Here's an epic reissue. Long Cold Woman in a Black Dress and Long Dark Road. Another one being The Looking Glass. Brandy or Fine Girl and Golden Rainbow. I do not know if this was the B-side of Brandy or Fine Girl, or just the or an uncharting single, follow-up single, or even a very low charting follow-up single, because this is the song, this is the side that everyone plays whenever they think of this group. In fact, Golden Rainbow was the single that came before this, but it only charted on the easy listening chart, where it made it up to 37. Whereas this hit number 7 easy listening and topped Cashbox and Billboards and RPM's pop charts. And the follow-up single was Jimmy Loves Marianne, which inched up to 33 and 31 on Billboard and Cashbox respectively, and 16 on the easy listening charts. And the follow-up single, the follow-up single after Jimmy Loves Marianne, Sweet Something, didn't chart at all. The next 45 is most famous in connection with Barbra Streisand. This was also a hit. It was this was another hit version of it. It was recorded around the same time, and was one of the two competitors that Barbra Streisand's version of the single had on the charts at the time. Yeah, Barbara's had her version of this song first. Then it came this version of My Coloring Book, which is from Sandy Stewart on Colpix, with the B-side being I Heard You Cry Last Night. And the third one was Kitty Callen's Last Hit, I believe. Here's an Atlantic Only Series reissue from Daryl Hall and John Oates, better known to you and I as Hall and Oates, but they were spelled out as Daryl Hall and John Oates on many of their records. So this is She's Gone, and the B-side is When the Morning Comes. We got Atlantic 45, and this is a reprint of an Atlantic 45 that's not from the oldies series, even though it has the Warner Communications tag on the bottom there. It's Double or Angel, and the B-side is Hey Doll Baby. Another Atlantic Oldies series reissue. This is Benny King Gypsy and 7 Letters. Here's Ray Parker Jr. 45 on Flashback Records, which was a reissue label of Arista. The Other Woman and Let Me Go. And a nice stack of RCA 45s up the jump cut. They are a mixture of the original printings and some stuff from the Gold Standard series. I'll tell you which one is the original pressing and which one is the reissue. Okay? First, we'll start off with an original pressing. This is Perry Como Hot Diggity, and the B-side is Jukebox Baby. Next, we have an original pressing. Hot Dog, Hound Dog, Elvis Presley, and Don't Be Cruel, Elvis Presley. Another Elvis Presley record, original pressing, All Shook Up, and That's When Your Heartaches Begin. Here's an Eddie Fisher record, original pressing, I Need You Now, and Heaven Was Never Like This. Another Eddie Fisher record, original pressing, My Friend and Green Years. I must be coming down with Ali Justice syndrome. Here's another Perry Como original pressing. See how Ali Justice syndrome crept its way back up again? Well, anyway, it's Papa Loves Mambo and The Things I'm Gonna Do. Alright, now we get to a Daryl Hall and John Holtz reissue. Maneater and One on One. Here's another Daryl Hall and John Holtz reissue. Kiss on My List and You Lost That Love and Feeling. Yet another Daryl Hall and John Oates reissue. This is Rich Girl and Back Together Again. I don't think the latter of these is to be confused with the later hit for Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Here is an original pressing from Buster Boyd Dexter and his Banshees of Blue. This is the radio edit of Hot Hot Hot, and the B-side of it is Cannibal. Here's a Henry Mancini reissue of the Pink Panther theme and Dear Heart. Rick Springfield reissue of The Pharaoh of Heart and Human Touch. I end this 45 RPM stack with yet another Daryl Hall and John Oates reissue, Adult Education and Out of Touch. Excuse me while I get out my stack of 12 inchers that I took down for the wall. First couple of these are albums. In fact, majority of these are albums, and I'll tell you which one is a 12-inch single. This is Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits on Columbia. And a reprint thereof because it got the UPC code on the back. And the label graphics are from the mid-80s. This was originally pressed in '67. Then I got Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. This is a legendary album right here. One of the most well-known albums in history of the music business. Got a pretty dusty A side, which I just dusted off of my shirt. There's the other side. Which is just as dirty. I'll just clean it off with the back of my hand. Here's Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun extended version. B-side Fun with Newson Extra Fun. This is a European 12-inch single. And Portrait. It's got the Epic logo next to it. It's so Portrait released in association with Epic, I think. Both sides are pretty dusty from all the years that I hung the record up on the wall. Alright, and the rest of these don't have inner sleeves or jackets. First one is a 12-inch single from Michael Jackson that I recall that I had a classmate in the 8th grade who was very, very obsessed with uttering the title of the song many times over, if necessary. This is Dirty Diana, recorded by Michael Jackson. This is the vocal side, and this is the instrumental side. Here's a portrait 12-inch single of both the club and lawn versions of What's Going On. And B-side is an instrumental of What's Going On, and One Track Mind, which was the B-side, the 7-inch single of her version of What's Going On. Here's Stormfront from Billy Joel. This was a proper album, and I also have it on CD. This one has a big crack through it. It's Meatloaf's final album from Cleveland Records, released through Epic. Cleveland International Records, released through Epic, I should say. And the name of that album is Midnight at the Lost and Found. I have the original jacket and sleeve for that, and should get a better condition copy of the actual record. But it's the last album Meatloaf recorded for Epic and Cleveland Records and Cleveland International, and then he moved on. Here's a Bruce Springsteen album, Born to Run. A Anthony Braxton album on Arista. Haven't heard this stuff. I don't think many people have. I don't know. And I'm not sure if any of it was used as production music. But this is Duets, 1976. And as you see at the top, it's a promotional copy, not for sale. It's a Columbia Special Products album, Joyous Christmas, Volume 6. And this is a track to skip if you're a member of the LGBTQ community. The Indian Brian track, that is. I got Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits on Columbia as well. A-side's pretty dusty. I dusted both sides of Carole King's Tapestry off. Here's Bessie Smith, Annie Woman's Blues, and of course Bessie Smith was well known in her heyday for being the Queen of the Blues. This is on Columbia again. Yeah, dust that off. Here's a Janis Joplin Columbia reissue of I Got the Moon, Cosmic Blues Again, Mama. Here's the... Let me make a jump. Here is a original pressing RSO album of the original movie soundtrack of Grease. No jackets, no inner sleeves, just the records. Here's a Japanese LP, Juko Mine, Child is Born, Japanese album, and Japanese recording, but it's not a J-pop album. I don't think. think it's a jazz album, actually. I got J-Jazz. I got Evolution, David Lee Jr. This was on a small label called Supernal. Here's a Billy Squier record, Emotions in Motion. B-side has a very, very ripped up label there. Here are Columbia House copies of Prince's 1999. I got Baptism, Our Ensemble of Chicago. And this is a Led Zeppelin album with cymbals, so I'm not sure what the name of it is, but this is an album that has Stairway to Heaven on it, and a Columbia House copy thereof. I got Firefall Elan, which was found in the sleeve and jacket for another Firefall's albums, which is Luna Sea. So I'll have to get the jacket and the sleeve for Elan and get the record in a plain generic sleeve or something for their album Luna Sea. And finally, a Columbia House copy of Prince's Purple Rain album. Anyway, well, that completes my record go-throughs, but hold on just a minute. I got some VHS tapes and stuff on the way from a thrift store trip, taken just a few days after this part of the video was recorded. Alright, it is 11:34 p.m. on August 28th of 2019. And it was a day in which I went to this place called Bargains and Treasures, where I got myself 11 VHS tapes, and while I was gone, my mom was digging out a bunch of different things. Among them, 5 audio cassettes and something that I'll add up at the end of the video. Here's the stuff I actually bought while my mom was here. First tape I got is these are the last 11 tapes I will be showing you from this location. For the first one is Treasure Island from Walt Disney Home Video. This is the edited 87-bit cut, which Disney had to make in order to put it back in theaters in 1975 because they couldn't bother to put out anything that was rated PG back in those days. So, and the original cut of the movie, I think, don't know its length, but it was rated PG. Print date, which you can't see at all, is September 20th, 1985. And it has this ad for the Disney Comedy and Magic Review, and on the other side of it, we have ads for let's see, Pinocchio, Robin Hood, Dumbo, Mary Poppins, Old Yeller, Pete's Dragon, Tron, Black Hole, Love Bug, Herbie, 3 of the 4 Herbie movies, Swiss Family Robinson, Pollyanna, Snowmobile, Darby O'Gill and Little People, Treasure Island, Babes in Toyland, Mickey's Christmas Carol, Disney Christmas Gift, and a Walt Disney Christmas. And get used to this yellow wording. It appears on the next 3 tapes I'll be showing. First, all of them on Warner Home Video. The first of them is The In-Laws. Peter Falk and Alan Arkin are in this one. It says 1980 on the back, which is a misprint of epic proportions for many reasons. You have the cheesy shield on the label, for instance. print date, I think that's January 23rd, 1986. Next I have What's Up Doc with Barbra Streisand, Riot O'Neill, and Peter Bogdanovich production. This is from 1984. Another one of the cheesy Shield prints. The waning days of the Big W, obviously. These prints. This one was also printed on January 23rd, 1986. I got the main event, Glove Story, also Barbra Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. This is also an 84 Warner tape. Oh, this was printed the day before, January 22nd, 1986. Next one is Blood Brothers. This is a 1984 tape as well. Last of the 84s I got. Last of the 84 Warners I got today. And yet another cheesy show reprint from March 8, 1991. And the last of the Big W clamshells I picked up today was Tightrope, Cop on the Edge apparently. This is a tape from 1985, so it's one of the very last releases to have Warner logo on the packaging and on the actual tape. Because when the Cheesy Shell started, it was just a print logo. It wasn't actually fully animated or anything. I believe that's March 29th, 1985. Alright, now onto the smaller boxes. First of them being an unexpected Columbia Pictures Some Entertainment find of Holy Moses. Story of Herschel. He wanted to be Moses, but he didn't have the right connections. This is a tape from 1981, and it's cut down to fit this red box. Red case. Tape. Core on a 105-minute tape, and it has this really crumpled up end label there. And to show you, it has the pass list in there. Yeah, it's cut down, so I had to get it out of the tape to show it. Alright. Next one. This was one of my most sought after tapes when I lived here. I was looking for it for many years. I attempted to buy it off of Amazon in late 2017, but I ended up getting the MGM Contemporary Classics tape of it. And then today I actually found a copy of it. The original Virgin Vision pressing of Mystic Pizza. Romantic comedy with the works, apparently. This is a tape from 1989. And I don't think Virgin Vision ever did print dates with year codes. Not even on the sides. We got Lions War Video Magazine. This was a really interesting find. An exciting inside look into Hollywood and the movies of MGM UA past and present. So you obviously know what this tape is on. Also has some tourist stuff in there. Print date February 8th, 1994. Next tape is one I would not have bought had it not been a 2005 VHS. This is Baby Nick Jr., Curious Buddies, Let's Make Music, and target audience 3 to 24 months old. It's a Paramount tape from, as I said, 2005. So this is a very recent Paramount release, which is why I got it. Print date is September 19, 2005. The other one, this was a 2006 VHS from Paramount, so I had to pick it up. Of My Little Pony, The Princess Promenade. Produced by Hasbro Entertainment, of course, and of course Hasbro is in the middle of acquiring Entertainment One, so expect E1 to issue digital formats of this and the other My Little Pony stuff in the future instead of Paramount. Printed on March 10th, 2006. Jump cut here, and I'll show some of the cassettes that were dug out here. This is a bit of the insert for a Counting Crows tape of August and everything after. Which is a bit dusty. Actually, it's very dusty. You can't even see most of the tracks here. This is from 1993, and released on the David Geffen Company label. I got No Doubt Tragic Kingdom on Interscope Records, manufactured for BMG Direct Marketing Incorporated. We got Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits from 1995. I got Cars Greatest Hits on Elektra. This is from 1985. And this comes in a TDK case. It's Tom Waits' Bone Machine on Island. This is from 1992. And the final item of notes that was dug out of there is it's just a jacket. There's no sleeve or record or anything in there. It's Calliope, Renaissance band, music of 16th century Italy. Members are Lucy Bardot, Lawrence Benz, Alan Dean, and Ben Harms. And this is from 1978. This group is apparently based out of New York City. And that completes my very last, most importantly, recording from my old location, which I am due to move out of, as it turns out, September 5th. My landlord delayed it a week after parts of this video were recorded. I'll see you in my new house, and I'll PM you the location of it, because I can't be caught doxing myself on the internet. Oh. Alright. I will... I don't know what I was supposed to say there. Well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make a farewell video on next week, on the last day of on the last day out of this location, and I hope to see you in the new one.